assistant director comes up to me and he says, "Hey, say Attica." I said, "Attica?" He said, "Yes, just say Attica." And I realized that was in the news all the time.
Al Pacino is an American actor whose name has long been associated with cold-blooded murder and villainous roles in some of Hollywood's most historic films. He's an epic-making star who elevated acting to a whole new level. He's frequently regarded as one of Hollywood's most legendary villains, known for his enthralling portrayals of antagonists. However, playing negative roles is not his only strength, as his acting abilities are limitless. He can play either a romantic or a comic role with ease. Pacino, a brilliant actor with a distinct style, has established landmarks in almost every film in which he's appeared. Young Pacino, charming and appealing, was not one of those actors who believed that good looks were only associated with protagonists. He chose to play villainous characters who were handsome, attractive, and charismatic. During his acting career, Pacino has been nominated for and won numerous awards, including 9 Oscar nominations, 18 Golden Globe nominations, 5 BAFTA nominations, 2 Primetime Emmy Awards for his television work, and 2 Tony Awards for his stage work. Pacino received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Film Institute in 2007, and British television viewers voted Pacino as the greatest film star of all time in a Channel 4 poll in 2003.
It's simple. Marty Scorsese thought I didn't care for him or something. And I've spoken to him over the years, and he knows I'm a real admirer of his.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Alfredo James Pacino, but is also known as Al Pacino. He was born on April 25, 1940 in New York, making him 81 at the time of this production. He stands at 170 centimeters tall. The filming began in early 1971. Pacino recalls the studio executives looking at the rushes and exclaiming, "What the hell is this kid doing? And he's short on top of that." They thought he gave an anemic performance. Pacino claims that the studio brass tried to fire me 3 times. There was a movement not to have me in the part, the 76-year-old actor recalls, sitting on the porch of his Beverly Hills Flats rental house. "I didn't want to play the part. The studio had hoped to cast Ryan O'Neal or Robert Redford as Michael in The Godfather, America's great epic about violence and family. Pacino himself believed that he would be better suited as the brash older brother rather than the role that catapulted him to stardom. Michael? Sonny would be a better fit, he recalls thinking. But in the end, he knew what he was doing. I was trying to create a character where you don't know where you stand with him, he explains. I knew it was going to be a difficult part to pull off. Michael is very insular and private. Francis Ford Coppola, the writer and director, was convinced. He had always imagined Al Pacino, already a well-known New York stage actor, as Michael. Al Pacino has spoken out about the difficulties he and others have faced when dealing with depression. The veteran actor stated that he feels spared and lucky that he has not been derailed by the mental health condition that has claimed the lives of so many people, including Robin Williams. I may be depressed, but I don't know about it, he said at the Venice Film Festival. People get depressed, and it's very sad. It can last for a long time, and it's terrifying. I'm aware of that. I've had bouts with similar symptoms, but not with the same ferocity. I consider myself fortunate to have been spared. I imagine Michael Corleone was depressed in Godfather 2, he added. Pacino attended the festival to promote his 2 films, The Humbling and Manglehorn. The character is getting older, and the feeling he has for his work are becoming less available to him, so he tries to compensate and becomes a little off and confused and slips into a kind of depression that expresses itself in his work, he said of his role in the former, in which he stars as an aging actor who strikes up an affair with a younger woman. Al Pacino has been a bachelor his entire life. He does, however, have 3 children, 1 daughter from a relationship with his former acting coach Jan Tarrant, and a daughter and son from a long-term relationship with actress Beverly D'Angelo. Pacino has also been romantically linked with Keaton, Penelope Ann Miller, Lucila Sola, and Mathilde Doan over the years.
Who said to him, I think Al should play this part of Jimmy Hoffa. So he organized this reading to win over Marty, was not quite sure.
Al Pacino was the only child of Sicilian immigrants who divorced when he was a toddler. Pacino's father moved to California after they divorced, and Pacino was raised in the Bronx by his mother and grandparents. Though he was shy as a child, Pacino developed an interest in acting in his early teens and was later accepted at the High School of Performing Arts. However, he was a poor student, failing most of his classes before dropping out at the age of 17. Pacino worked a variety of jobs after graduating from high school before relocating to Greenwich Village in 1959 to pursue his dream of becoming an actor. He began studying theater at the Herbert Berghoff Studio and quickly found work in off-Broadway productions, including a role in the William Saroyan play Hello Out There in 1963. Pacino took the next step in his career when he was accepted into the Actors Studio in 1966, where he studied under renowned coach Lee Strasberg. Pacino's work there led to his participation in notable projects such as the 1969 Broadway production of Does a Tiger Wear a Necktie? Pacino's performance in The Panic in Needle Park, a little-known 1971 film, catapulted his career to new heights. Francis Ford Coppola, who was casting for his upcoming film The Godfather, based on Mario Puzo's novel, was drawn to Pacino's portrayal of a heroin addict. Despite considering superstars such as Robert Redford and Jack Nicholson for the role, Coppola ultimately chose the relatively unknown Pacino to play Michael Corleone. The Godfather, which was released in 1972, was a huge success and is widely regarded as one of the greatest films of all time. Following the success of The Godfather, Pacino quickly became a sought-after leading man. Following a co-starring role in Scarecrow 1973 with Gene Hackman, Pacino starred in 3 consecutive hit films, each of which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. In 1974, he starred in Serpico, a true story about a police officer, Frank Serpico, whose undercover work in the 1960s helped expose corruption in the New York Police Department. The film was a commercial and critical success. Dog Day Afternoon, The Godfather Part 2. That same year, he reprised his role as Michael Corleone in The Godfather Part 2, which starred Robert De Niro and received nearly as many accolades as its predecessor. In 1975, Pacino starred in Dog Day Afternoon, playing John Wojciech, who attempted to rob a bank in Brooklyn in 1972 to pay for his boyfriend's sex change, and Justice for All 1979, for which he was nominated for another Academy Award. Scarface, Pacino's film acting career, experienced a relative lull in the decade that followed his dazzling success in the 1970s. Pacino's other films from this era were significantly less successful and memorable, with the exception of his role as a crazed drug dealer, Tony Montana, in the Brian De Palma-directed hit Scarface, 1983.
Certainly is part of the day, Today, this is what we do when it's personal, because that's really art in a way.
Pacino's per-day income is $7,500. Pacino's net worth is approximately $150 million. His plot of land is said to span over 3 gloriously private acres. The 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home is comprised of 4,290 square feet of living space. Constructed in 1971, this home has been owned by Pacino for the last 40-something years. Pacino owns several cars: a Range Rover, a Lexus, a Mercedes SLS.